We welcome you back to the Two Guys Named Chris show. We have a few lawsuits here. One of them we're just going to throw at you. We're calling it butter lung.
Yeah, it's a tale, Lisa, of a guy from California. I don't know how old he is now, but back in 1993, long time ago, a fellow by the name of Roland Esparza bought some Pam butter-flavored cooking spray, and he used it 2 to 3 times a day. Spraying it into his frying pan, cooking up eggs, whatever it was he made.
Right.
And after a while, Roland said he started to feel bad. Yada, yada, yada. As years went by, he started developing lung issues. Now, according to his attorney, he needs a double lung transplant and his lifespan has been shortened. So he sued ConAgra. They're the big concern behind Pam. And last week, a jury awarded him $25 million.
$25 million, yeah.
You're kidding.
No. Butter lung.
Remember that guy who used to make popcorn all the time?
Microwave popcorn guy.
And he would always smell it. And
he's shortening his lifespan.
He got popcorn lung. And I think he won a bunch of money, too.
People at the factory got popcorn lung.
Yeah.
Making the microwave popcorn.
But this Pam thing, I mean,
it's legit. You got watch out for Pam. If you use that stuff, I mean, be careful because there is a chemical in there that is, I don't know how you pronounce it, diacetyl, I think is how you say it, that is super, super dangerous. And so previously, the highest verdict relating to that chemical was $7.1 million. But this guy got $25 million because his lawyers were able to show through discovery that the company knew about it. They had all kinds of internal memos and stuff showing that they knew about it, but intentionally failed to warn consumers of it. So that's why they got hit. In part, that's why it was big. But also, he has to have a double lung transplant or is in the process of having it.
Oh.
I mean, it is. And this is a known thing. They call it popcorn lung because people in popcorn factories that package microwave popcorn are exposed to the same chemical, and they get this all the time. And and there's been lots of reports of it and smaller verdicts, but this is the biggest. ConAgra says they're going to appeal. But I think it's the right thing. I mean, the $25 million, probably if you look at how much it costs to get a double lung transplant and be cared for years through that process, $25 million is probably even a little on the low side for what it's going to cost.
Wow. Do you know, Lisa, if ConAgra or their attorneys would say, bro, that's too much Pam in one day.
Yeah, you should not be using Pam 3 times a day.
Is there a recommended dosage?
I mean, he's 3 meals a day, and he's trying to find, and they kind of build this back in the day as like a healthier alternative to using butter and stuff.
You're right.
And so
that's true.
So this guy probably thinks he's being healthy, not using butter, and instead he's just fried his lungs.
Well, in that case, I mean, we have Pam. We use Pam or the Kirkland version of it.
Cam?
Cam? Yeah. By the way, we also have a Kirkland fire extinguisher, and we keep them in the same place below the stove. There's like a little cabinet area there. Yeah. And one day I was making my eggs and sprayed the Kirkland fire extinguisher because I thought I had the Pam in my hand. Those eggs were horrible. I can tell you that. They were all
the big bungle.
Yeah, the big bang bungle. But my question:
these things are also really flammable. There have been several lawsuits where Pam has ignited when people are spraying it, and because it was too close to a gas stove, that kind of thing.
If it's flammable and it's frying your lungs, why is it even allowed to be used? I mean, that's really.
They must have changed the ingredients, right?
Well, they say that they now have removed that chemical, and I don't know if it's removed from all, but all of those sprays that, not just Pam, but I think any of those little spray cans that I think just in order to get them to spray, like they do and to be preserved in there, a lot of them have harmful chemicals, even if it's not this chemical. So you should be really careful and not breathe it.
My goodness. That's unreal.
But you really can't help. I mean, it wafts all around, right?
You smell it.
Like a little cloud.
You see it, and I have smelled it many, many times. Meant to get this story last week, did not. A Florida couple. Now, I read them as John and Jane Doe, but I think they've been identified now, I believe.
Yeah.
Filed an emergency lawsuit against a fertility clinic, the Fertility Center in Orlando. Dr. Milton McNichol, alleging a grave error in IVF resulting in the birth of a child who is not genetically related to either parent. I guess they noticed the baby didn't look like either parent, even though they supplied sperm and egg. wrong sperm was used.
Well,
I want to say,
they're white.
and the baby was
Black.
They are,
So
they are cracker white.
okay. So they looked at this black child and said,
I think the nurses in that
baby is
delivery
black.
room and the doctor.
There is no doubt that the baby is black and that they are lily white.
I mean, they're.
I mean, it is.
Imagine the cut eyes in that delivery room. I'll say that.
you know what? When I first read it,
It's
it
like
just
an SNL skit.
I know. I read it and said the baby did not look like the parents. What?
Did not resemble
No,
mother
it
or
looks
father.
nothing like them. I mean, nothing like them.
No.
I have pictures I posted of the family, the cute little family on my social media, and they're holding this little black baby that clearly is not theirs. And, but they're concerned on so many levels. So first, when this first happens, that you each gave your egg and your sperm, but he's looking at her like, what'd you do?
Yeah, right.
Of course.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
what'd you do, lady?
Yeah.
And so they didn't right away just jump up and down and say, hey, this was the clinic. They did DNA testing.
Mm-hmm.
And the DNA testing revealed that the baby is not genetically related to either of them. So now they know conclusively that the wrong embryo was implanted in her. And so they're worried on so many levels. So they have this baby, and they say, look, we love this baby. The wife gave birth to it,
Yeah.
But it's somebody else's baby, number one. So that's not right for us to keep this baby that belongs to somebody else. And number two, did you pull our embryo out and implant it in like a black couple, maybe, that there was a straight mix-up?
Yeah.
And so let's find those people. So part of what they're seeking is where they want an order from the court, and this is still pending. They want the court to require the clinic to reach out to anyone who might have been involved in the mix-up, any other patients, and identify them, and to offer DNA testing. And but then you have the problem. If you are a couple that gave birth to your baby through the clinic, and what if it was this other couple's baby, but you don't want to give it up because you're just happy you got a baby?
Wow.
Oh.
Whoa. Wow.
Wow.
What a leak. What a nightmare.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. So I'm going to follow this and see how it turns out.
Right.
Because,
Yeah.
and they're not saying they don't want this baby. They're just saying it's not rightfully our baby, and we want to know who has our baby.
God, could they just swap? Could it be that easy if the other couple wants their baby?
Well, I think that's their idea. But, it may just be that their embryo just sat on ice and never got used.
Right.
In which case, then what?
Yeah, what is going to happen to this baby? Could they then have, let's say that happened. Their embryo just sat on ice. Could they now get the proper baby, do it again, have two kids, and a sitcom?
Yeah.
Right.
My black baby.
Right.
Our attorney has described them as lily white, cracker white
over again.
people. This week on My Black Baby.